Hello guys, I've got something a little bit different today for your embarrassment, amusement and horrification, or whatever the word is. If you grew up with motorbikes in the late 60s and early 70s, you'll know exactly what this is. It's the rally runabout, and this was my very first bike that I had. And it was it cost me my license at the beginning. These were everywhere, absolutely everywhere. They're made by Rally, the bicycle people, and they had the engines were designed by Motorbicane in France, and Rally put their own twist on the frames, and well, not literally, but I mean, they had their own sort of, they were quite distinctive. And believe it or not, underneath all the dust here, it's actually candy apple red. And Rally were one of the first people to do candy apple colours. I think they predated BSA by a year or two, something like that. But yeah, Rally runabout. How did I lose my licence on one of these? Well, I was 15 and I bought one of these. And we all used to meet up on the corner when we were kids, and like I was only 15, and we all had push bikes, but I had this Rally moped. I had no tax, no MOT, no insurance, nothing. I had nothing on it at all. It had no front mudguard, no rear mudguard. It didn't even have an exhaust system on it. It just came straight out the cylinder. Well, somebody said, "Police, coppers, run!" So everybody went off in different directions. I don't know why. Well, I do, because I hadn't got anything, had I? So I push started this down the road, and I'd only gone about 20 feet, and I felt something grab my collar and yanked me off the back of the bike. And that was the copper. Well, you could do things like that in them days, couldn't you? And he got out of the car and just ran after me and pulled me off the back of the bike. Anyway, I had to go to the magistrate's court for that, or my dad went mad. And the magistrate said, "You'll be banned from driving for a year." And I laughed at them, and they said, "What do you find amusing?" I said, "Oh, I'm only 15, I'm not even old enough to have a driving licence." And they said, "It will start from the day you apply." And I thought, oh dear. They were one step ahead of me. So there we are, Rally runabouts, and I've still got them. And they're such a simple thing. This is the whole point of it. It really is a bicycle with an engine. I mean, this is covered in bird droppings and pigeon feathers and God knows what. It's been at the back of the garage. But they just keep going. The little engine, it's only 50cc. It's got it's an aluminium cylinder with a hard chrome plated bore. So you can't rebore them. They're just because they're chrome plated on the inside. You'll never wear one out, ever. And I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles on this bike. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds over the years. And it does about 120 miles to the gallon, but I do ride it hard. So it's 1960, what's G? 1969, is it? I'll have to think about it. So but there's only four moving parts in the engine: piston, the conrod, the crankshaft, and the points. And then you've got two flywheels on the thing. Here we've got the cat in the video again. There's just nothing to go wrong, and you can ride these flat out all day, 24 hours a day if you want to. You'll never hurt them. But they literally are. They've got bicycle front forks and a bicycle front brake. They really were one of the original mopeds. It's absolutely, it wants a really good clean, like everything else I've got. And this has stood it now for a year, with last year's, well, I think it's the year before's petrol. So I doubt if it will even start, but looks like the engine's stone cold. Yeah, let's see if we can get it started. And I'm so are moored with these things, I'll pretty much guarantee if the petrol's not too flat, it will start with half a turn of the pedals. See, the engine drives a centrifugal clutch, which is there, and the centrifugal clutch has got a belt behind it which drives this big pulley. The pulley's got a chain on it which drives the back wheel, and you've got another chain on the other side to pedal it with, to start it. So when the little engine's going, it picks up the drive with the clutch and drives the it's only a single speed, there's no gears or anything. And the decompressor is on the handlebars. You twist it away from you like that to decompress it. It works this little valve in the top of the cylinder head there. I don't think you can see that moving. And then when you've got it, the engine spinning over on decompressor, just open the throttle and it will go. You've got a little tiny little choke under there. You might have to dab that a couple of times when it's cold. And that's about it. Got a switch under the light to turn them on and off. 19-inch wheels. Let's see if it still goes. Let's turn the petrol on. How much is anybody going to give me if it starts at half a turn of the pedals? Look at that. Look at that. So you've got that little flywheel whizzing around on this side. You've got your points in there. But they just keep running and running and running. They're not fast. I mean, they never came out of the factory with a speedo. They told you they wouldn't do service. But on a Sunday afternoon, you just go duffering around the little tiny lanes. It's brilliant. You've got two brakes. You've got back brake. Got back brake. Front brake, which is just the brake block on the front. You just never see them now. You just when you just, oh, I've got a broken mud guard to stay with. Must be the vibrations. I'll soon fix that. Yeah. So this is it. Just run like little watches all the time. Turn the petrol off. But they were everywhere at one time. Now you never ever see them. I don't think I've ever. On moped runs, well, they've got clubs in that for them. You might see one or two, but just decompress it to stop it. Job done. I mean, I still use them now and then. I mean, if I want to take a letter down to the letterbox or something like that, I'll grab this one or this one. Got another one here. Now this one isn't a runabout. This one is an Ultramatic. It's called the Ultramatic, and it's pretty much the same as the red one there, but it's got telescopic forks. Not that you'd notice when you're riding it. Same thing, same engine. They're 1.7 brake horsepower at I don't know, about 3,000 revs or something like that. You might get them up to 4,000, I suppose. They're quite a long stroke motor. But this one, it differs because it's got in here, I've got a screw missing there. In here, still the same clutch, but it's got an expanding pulley or contracting pulley. So the faster the engine goes, it's got 3 ball bearings in there which slide up tracks when the engine revs. Centrifugal force makes the ball bearings go up the tracks, squeezes the pulley closer together, the two halves of the pulley, and squeezes the belt up, so it changes the gear ratio. So it's infinitely variable gears. And I'll see if I can get this one going. I'll be lucky. Is this going to start half a kick? Hey, that's how reliable they are. Got a bigger silencer on this one, so it's a bit quiet. But if you look, the engine will swing backwards when you rev it up, because as it squeezes the belt up in the tracks, the engine has to go somewhere. It's mounted on a spring at the bottom. You can see it there. Another one runs like a watch, and I've got loads of these. I've got just about every variation and every model, and I've only bought 2 out. But I mean, if I'm 6'6", and to put this camera on, or helmet, I have to wear a full face helmet. So if you want to see me make a complete tit of myself and put a full face helmet on and a leather jacket, 6'6", and go for a ride on this or that one, leave a comment. Just put hashtag yes or hashtag no, something like that, and I'll tally them all up. And if you really want me to go up and down the road on it with a camera, I will do. But I'll have to choose my quietest possible day. But let me know if you like this sort of old junk. I said I've got all kinds of other things. I mean, it's not Royal Enfield, it's got an R in the name, but the full model name is a Rally RM9 Ultramatic, and this one is a Rally RM6 runabout. Much of a muchness. Not quite, because this one's got a drum brake on the front. Not that you'd even notice any difference with that, but it does pull you up though. But I have done thousands of miles on this. One time it was my only bike, and I used to go and see a girlfriend that I had that she lived at Thetford, and it was about 75 miles each way, and I could get there and back on a gallon of petrol. Cheap to run. As long as you've got oil, there's no way of putting oil into the engine. You mix it up with the petrol, like our proper old two-strokes. As long as you've got your oil mixture right, these things will run forever. Absolutely ever. But anyway, let me know in the comments if you've enjoyed it, or leave a like if you like this sort of thing. Just something different for a Saturday afternoon. It's been chucking it down with rain all day, and I've just been sort of moving things about. And yeah, will it? Look at that, look. That's how good they are. Yeah, let us know if you want me to go for a ride on them. I've got the fastest one they ever made, and I've got the slowest one they've ever made. Not here, not out in this today, but I'll get them out if you want to see them. If you got to let me know in the comments if you want to see this old junk. I know I'm sort of more or less Royal Enfield and things, but it is my motorcycle world, and these are sort of like motorcycles in a way. The crudest form of motorcycles you can get. Anyway, there you go, just a quick video on them, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for dropping by. Bye bye.